Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. The Khelo India Youth Games kicked off in Chennai after Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the event in the presence of State Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and Sports Minister Udayanithi Stalin. The games will run till the end of January and held in venues in Trichy, Madurai and Coimbatore besides Chennai. Reports said about 6,000 sportspersons will compete in 26 disciplines, watched by thousands of spectators. Reports said Silambam, a traditional sport of Tamil Nadu, will be introduced as a demo sport for the first time in the history of Khelo India Youth Games. The Khelo India Youth Games is organized under the federal government's Khelo India initiative, which promotes sports at the grassroots levels in the country. Police in Tamil Nadu have registered cases against the son and daughter-in-law of a lawmaker after their domestic help accused them of physical torture. Reports said lawmaker Karunanidhi, who belongs to the governing DMK party, quickly distanced himself from the accusations. The maid accused Anton Madivanan and his wife Melina of physical brutalities while working at their home in Tiruvanmiyur in Chennai. Unverified reports said they used lighted cigarettes to burn her skin, caused physical injuries and humiliated her. They were booked under laws against use of obscene language, assault, intimidation, violence against the underprivileged, and under the Child Protection Act. Authorities have imposed a partial shutdown of the airspace over Delhi as part of a security operation for the Republic Day events next week. A notice said planes cannot land or take off at the Indira Gandhi International Airport from 10:20 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. till next Friday. The airspace shutdown is a regular feature when the nation holds an elaborate parade. This year, India marks its 75th Republic Day with French President Emmanuel Macron as the chief guest. This is the sixth time a French leader is taking part in the event. Reports said police stepped up surveillance across the city and conducted a drill simulating a terrorist strike on the Akshardham temple and several other security scenarios. Several bodies of students and teachers have been recovered from a lake in Gujarat after their boat sank during a picnic on Thursday. Reports said the accident occurred on Harni Lake on the outskirts of Vadodara city while students from the New Sunrise School were having a ride. According to reports, there were 27 people on board, which was more than the boat's permitted capacity, and they were not provided life jackets by the operator. 3 people have been detained and cases registered against many more for negligence. The state government announced a compensation of 4 lakh rupees to the families of those who died in the incident. The federal government also announced 2 lakh rupees for the families of the victims. The Supreme Court has rejected an appeal by 11 convicted rapists in Gujarat and ordered them to surrender by Sunday. The men were serving life sentences when they were freed 2 years ago by the state government using an outdated law. They were jailed for raping Bilkis Bano and killing members of her family during the deadly riots in Gujarat in the year 2002. Earlier this month, the Supreme Court cancelled their release and said the state government was not competent to free them. The court also questioned why other prisoners in a similar situation were not considered for early release. Campaigners from the Congress party hit the scenic Brahmaputra River in Assam in their nationwide march from Manipur to Mumbai. They took a boat from Nimati Ghat in the city of Jorhat and travelled up to the island of Majuli. The party's leader, Rahul Gandhi, unveiled the march on Sunday in the northeastern state of Manipur, aimed at connecting with voters ahead of the general elections, which are just months away. The march will exit Assam next week after covering more than 800 kilometers across 17 districts. The East to West campaign will pass through 15 states and conclude in Mumbai in the middle of March. The party staged a similar march in September 2022 from the south to the north of the country. India's External Affairs Minister and his counterpart in Maldives held talks in Uganda, which is hosting a summit meeting of the non-aligned movement. The meeting between Jaishankar and Musa Zamir in Kampala comes amid a row between the two nations. The row began after 3 Maldivian ministers posted derogatory comments against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It triggered a backlash in India as people called for a boycott of the Maldives, which is a popular tourist destination among holiday makers. Some tour operators in India said they were suspending services to the Indian Ocean island. The new president of Maldives, Mohamed Muizzu, widely seen as a pro-China leader, had ordered India to pull out its small military contingent shortly after he took office in November. A group of cyclists embarked on a journey earlier this month from Pune and reached the Ram Temple in Ayodhya town today. The pilgrimage covered 1,600 kilometers as they pedaled during the day and halted at nights, while a car carried their belongings. One of the participants, a retired colonel, said that he was a strong devotee of Lord Ram, and the other said the journey was the reflection of their intense faith. They said the successful completion of the pilgrimage was a testament to their unwavering faith and the significance of the Ram Temple. The temple dedicated to Lord Ram has pushed devotees to express their faith in many forms, including donations that has run into crores of rupees. Actor Nayanthara has issued an apology after protests that her film Annapurni, the goddess of food, hurt religious beliefs of the Hindus. In a post on Instagram, she said there was no intention to hurt anyone, and it was the last thing she would do intentionally. She also expressed her heartfelt apologies. The apology comes days after cases were registered against her, the director and the producer of the film. As the controversy emerged, streaming company Netflix pulled the film from the platform. Protesters alleged that the film disrespected Hindu god Ram, promoted love jihad, and distorted Hindu beliefs. The film was released in theaters last December, and reports said it received mixed reviews from critics and underperformed at the box office. A dramatic video posted on social media claimed that the Israeli military bombed and destroyed a university in Gaza. Reports said the building was part of the main campus of the Palestine University, which appeared to be abandoned. It said the building may have been booby-trapped, which caused the massive explosion. The United States has not commented on the video for lack of clarity on what caused the blasts, but reports said it was seeking more information on the viral clip, which was widely shared on social media. Reports from Khan Yunis said a particular area witnessed gunfire and airstrikes, as the military claimed it was a stronghold of Hamas militants. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that he is against setting up a Palestinian state after the conflict in Gaza comes to an end. He told a press conference that the military operation in Gaza will continue until the return of all hostages and the destruction of Hamas. He also said the operation, which has killed thousands of civilians, could last for months. Hamas, which runs Gaza, has said 25,000 civilians were killed and 85% of the population in the enclave has been displaced. Israel is under growing pressure to end its offensive and hold talks aimed at lasting peace in the region. The US and Israel's allies have revived the idea of a Palestinian state alongside Israel as the only solution to the long-running crisis. After Pakistan carried out retaliatory strikes on Iran Thursday, a top US official declined to answer questions on whether Washington was consulted before the strike. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said that he did not have any private conversations to read out, but he said the US is concerned about the escalating tension in the region and has urged restraint on all sides. He also said there is no need for concern and pointed out that Islamabad had stressed on the importance of cooperative relations between Pakistan and its neighbors. Iran started the attack by firing missiles at targets in Pakistan, which it said were bases of anti-Iran militants. Pakistan responded with a missile attack on Iran, which left 9 people dead in a border village. North Korea has said it carried out a test of underwater weapon systems, which can carry a nuclear weapon. State media said the test off the East Coast was North Korea's response to drills by the US, South Korea, and Japan this week. It said the exercises destabilized the region and threatened the country's security. South Korea said the test was a provocation, and the North's descriptions of the drone's capability were exaggerated. Reports said the North has claimed tests of its Hail 523 system before, but the latest incident comes as the North stepped up military action in recent weeks. There's little intel on the underwater systems, but North Korea said they can sneak into enemy waters and set off large explosions. An Atlas Air cargo plane was forced to make an emergency landing at Miami International Airport after experiencing an engine fire shortly after departure. Unverified clips showed flames shooting out of the left wing of the aircraft while in flight. The company said the crew of the Boeing 747-8 followed all standard procedures and safely returned to the airport. It said it was conducting an inspection to determine the cause of the incident. Boeing has been hit by a crisis since an Alaska Airlines MAX 9 airliner made an emergency landing after part of its fuselage broke off shortly after takeoff from an airport in the US earlier this month. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.